Oh, hello. Whoop, we're not supposed to be here. We're supposed to be ham. We're doing another gungione. A gungione. It's pilot time. I think so. I may do a one or two more Exit the Gungeon videos. I like the game. 10 videos is like, it's not the most number of videos. It's not the least. I used to do this thing where I would do 7. The 8th one is going. It went up today for Exit the Gungeon, and I think I may do 2 more. I have beaten it with every character. Well, I've beaten it with 2 of the. I think there's a total of 6 characters. But I don't. I think it's the regular 6 Gungeoneers, the first 6, which includes the pilot, the convict, the bullet, the robot, the marine, and the hunter. I beat it with the pilot and the convict. The hunter, I think I could probably beat it with. I can see her path being okay. I think there's one of her floors that is just absolutely nightmarish. The marine, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with his. The marine's path, his route, is not too rough, really. But for some reason, I just have been like hitting a wall on the dragon with him. Whereas with the hunter, she has one floor where she has to keep pressing these buttons, or like enemies continuously spawn, and it's not an enemy that you have to kill, but it's an enemy that shoots at you. It's like one of the platforms becomes a bullet, or any number of the 6 platforms become bulletkin that fire at you, and it's just like, it's just a little bit too much. Wow. Okay, so we might not have to lockpick anything. Let's get over here quickly. But yeah, I don't think that it's not that I don't enjoy the game, it's that I don't enjoy having 2 videos to put up every day. Like, honestly, I haven't been playing that many games, right? I haven't been playing a shitload like I usually would. I don't know if I'm gonna. I think I might be stupid and still try to lockpick just so I can guarantee taking some keys to the next floor. It depends on what the chests look like here. If I get a green and like a black or something, or even a green and a brown, I might use keys on them. But if I get a green and a blue, I might try to lockpick the blue. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see about it. But I gotta decide that before I go to the next room. Also, if I get a shitload of money, then I will definitely not. But that would require like a gold casing, which I don't. I mean, you can never depend on it. A gold EC. But yeah, like the idea of the different routes is really good and interesting, and a great way to make it so it's not just a similar experience with a different first floor. Like, that's something that's actually really neat about Exit the Gungeon. But, and this either, there's 2 ways I can look at this. Either the game is designed in such a way that you kind of end up relying on health too much, or I'm just so currently bad at it that I have to focus on health, and that the health is really problematic. Or there's just certain situations you end up in a game where, oh boy, shit. In a game where, like, you can't depend on your weapons, your combo is tied to your performance, and it kind of feels like it just keeps getting more and more out of your control. As time goes on. Shit. Well, I do this to myself once again. We're gonna be more accurate, but like that's not really the main problem we're having with this character on a first floor boss. Just the duration of the fight more than anything. But what was I saying? The different paths make it so that, like, if there's one character that you have trouble with, you will just continue having trouble with them. There's not a situation where you... Well, I mean, I guess you kind of can get a good run, but it's more of a mechanical thing that you have to get over, and you can't practice that mechanic with other characters with other benefits, you know? Oof. I can feel myself getting nervous. I'm really gonna, like, I'm not looking forward to getting in that top right corner again. That's my worst spot in this fight. I should probably move there when things are better. There we go. The top right corner where this fucking dude... They're also just... There's some bosses that are, like... I understand that boss challenge is a thing that eventually you might not get better at, but I think there's just some bosses that, like, the design of do not... Ugh! Wow. The bosses, the design of them just does not sit with me, and I don't know if it's ever going to. There's this one guy who just teleports continuously. There's the gold casing. Holy shit. He teleports continuously. Like, he never stops teleporting. And... Wow. It's a mimic. And he spends very little time. Whoa! Some fucking lucky dodge rolls. He spends very, very little time actually targetable. Okay, we got enough to make up for it. We will open this if and only if this works. Okay, cool. Cool, don't have to think too much about it. I can't believe I didn't get hit. There were 2 moments when I basically should have been hit. During the boss fight and during the chest fight. Holy crap. Let's go this way. I don't want him to take big damage early on. I've got a feeling he's not going to live for very long. Regardless. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, there are a couple bosses where, like, some of them I think I've started to figure out what it is that makes them either tick or the issues I'm having with some of them, why I'm getting hit. But this fucking teleport guy, I need to remember his name. He looks like a luchador kind of a luchador mixed with the lich, like some sort of lichador. But I know that's not his name. But he's got 4 arms. He shoots all the time, but every time he shoots, he also teleports. And it's the teleports that are getting, like, that make him impossible. You know how I feel. I don't like bosses that spend a lot of time invulnerable, because it seems like instead of them being challenging in the manner of, like, them having interesting mechanics or them having a unique pattern to learn, this guy is a challenge because he cannot be interacted with for most of his existence. Like, that's not a challenge. That's like, it's a slog. It's the same thing of, I mean, it's actually kind of significantly worse than having a guy that just, like, has a bunch of HP, because you can't do anything to speed it up. Like, a bigger gun or a better understanding of the moves can get you through guys with more HP. A guy that's just exists or is undamageable for most of his health is stupid. You know, He's decreasing your... Oh my god. He's decreasing your health pool while just sitting there. Like, you can't... You couldn't, even in an ideal situation, actually lower his. And it's like... It's really frustrating to watch. But... I've been listening to... Oh, God, I'm taking too much damage. I've been listening to a lot of Spotify. We do our hour of work every day. And instead of... Like, I was thinking, I'll use this time to keep listening to my audiobook. I listen to audiobooks just quite a fucking enough. Like... I understand that, like, I haven't been listening to my audiobooks as much because I haven't been driving as much, but whoa, that kind of surprised me. I forgot that you could actually interact with him, but I've been listening to my audiobooks. He's taking damage in the fucking electrified water. God Christ damn it. Shit. This sucks. The amount of damage I'm taking is ridiculous. The amount of damage that's dropping is also very fucking ridiculous. It's 0. The amount of damage that's dropping is 0. Boss right here. The keys are amazing. But yeah, I've been listening to Spotify, and there's this, I think this Brazilian guy, he kind of reminds me of, say, Jorge. Like, just give me a second. It's not, just because they both speak Portuguese, but the music feels very similar, like pop flamenco or something. There we go. That was the fucking shortest. I can't talk to him while there's combat, I don't think. He took a bunch of very, very sustained damage directly to the face. Whatever, we're at 2 cars. Ahead of myself. Still not doing too hot on the health front. Still doing swell on the key front. Alright. Boomerang gives us some potential. The Crowley G. 5 minutos. But yeah, the guy says 5 minutos. That's the name of the song. So that's why you're going to hear me muttering 5 minutos over and over during at least this video. Maybe more videos to follow, but as of right now, it's just like... I don't know. It was just like a, whatchamacallit. Fucking lovely. Jeez, man. Jeez. That was great. You don't get many like that. Good, I'm very happy to be able to do this without the thing. God, it's so bad. Yeah, I've been listening to that. I've been listening. Actually, the last thing I listened to was I put it on Deerhoof. I did not know, and this might be indicative of my ignorance, my absolute stupidity. But I didn't realize that the lead singer of Deerhoof is BMO. If you need an explanation as to who BMO is, please just unsubscribe now. No, I don't. I mean, everybody doesn't have to watch the same TV. BMO is a character from Adventure Time, which is a show that I like. And therefore, if you don't like it, you're a fucking monster. But I've met Deerhoof at Amherst College when I was a student there. They came and played at the Arts House. I can't remember the name of the Arts House. Oh, that's no good. Makes me feel like I got a memory hole. But I spent a lot of time in the art house because I wanted to be an art kid, and I did studio art. It was mostly performance art kids, a lot of musicians and theater people, but it ended up being kind of just a catch-all arts dorm. But I met them briefly. I didn't talk to them because I feel more like when it comes to famous people, I don't get all aflutter and agog, but I mostly worry about bothering them. I feel like people that have to deal with people liking them and wanting to show their appreciation for their existence all the time probably, to some degree, feed off of that and enjoy it, but to another, maybe more pressing degree, get tired of it, especially when it's concentrated. Like if you're asked to perform or paid to perform at a school, and then everyone's like, I loved your last album, Panda, Panda, Panda. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be the 3,000th person to say, like, I like Friend Opportunity or whatever. Like, it's not cool to be. Jesus fucking Christ, the keys. It's not cool to be just another bothersome individual or whatever. Like, I don't know. I almost didn't roll soon enough there. Oh, the accuracy and the shot, or the rate of fire. So good. But yeah, I stopped. I think Friend Opportunity, or it was definitely after the Runners 4, was probably the last, whichever one came last, was probably one of the last Deerhoof albums I bought myself and listened to. Oh, my damage is increased because of that thing. That's what's going on. Because of the dead cop. But yeah, it's really, oh my god, it's really nice to be back listening to Deerhoof again. And yeah, it's weird having watched all of Adventure Time, one of the few shows I've watched all the way through, and not placing, oh, this sounds exactly like the lead singer of Deerhoof. Very weird. So I don't think I'm listening to the most recent Deerhoof album. I think it's probably the one before that. Well, might as well make it 5. There's an extraordinarily slim chance that there's going to be a key shot. I mean, there's 0 chance now, of course. I kind of feel like I got Space Turtle from there. The secret room up there. Let's just scoot. We do not need to buy a key. And we're not going to the rap. We don't have enough for it, and we're not going to it anyway. I wish I had a better ear for voices. Like, that's something that Nate is really good at. He's good at facial recognition for actors, but he's extremely good at audio recognition of voices. He listens to a lot of podcasts and stuff, and I'm sure that that's a big part of the reason that he, without seeing the performer or whatever, gains a lot of... I think that Space Turtle has my damage bonus. But because he doesn't have to see the faces, he just hears the voices a lot of the time. He... Of course, it's like literally any skill. The more you do it, the better you are. Like, I don't know. I've said it before, and I'll say it a million times because I think it bears repeating. But like, God, the fucking keys. I personally don't believe in talent. I know that's the fucking keys. I don't believe at all that anything can be associated to some innate, unquantifiable talent that anybody has. I think that, and this may be a nature versus nurture thing that is showing where I stand on that, but I don't think it's as simple as that. I do believe that there are some things that obviously you can be more likely to be good at. If you are freaking 8 feet tall, you're going to be good at basketball, you know? If you got the right build, the right bone structure, you're going to be good at different events and occasions and things like that. But I do honestly believe that there's much more to be gained through repetition and practice, exposure and experience to like an enormous degree, like almost to the point where a talent or innate situational good fortune matters zero. Like LeBron James is lucky that he's, you know, as tall as he is and has the frame to have the musculature that he does. But he's not just that. The guy works extremely hard. But even as if to prove that point, Michael Jordan was much smaller, much leaner, much less densely built than LeBron James, and managed to still, you know, they're both in contention for the greatest basketball player of all time. It's not some kind of like obvious thing. The guy who's better built is the greater player. It's not as clear cut as that. God damn, 8 keys. I think the movement speed extremely helped us there. I don't know. I think it's like one of the things I hate hearing people say is like, I can't draw. I can't draw. I am not an inherently good draftsperson, and I didn't draw enough growing up to develop that skill just by exposure when I was young. I am putting a lot of time into what I think a lot of like more developed artists would be able to do in a very brief amount of time. Because that's what it takes. It takes time. It takes a desire and a willingness to spend time to get better at something. It doesn't take having the skill. You may have a better ear or a better eye or a steadier hand, but those things can be like superseded by dedication. And anybody that's unwilling to accept that is inherently willing to lie to themselves and to give up instead of trying. Struggle is an important part of developing any skill or thing. And it's going to seem to a lot of people like there are some people who just inherently don't have to struggle to get to the same point. But there's more sacrifice and those people that you're not willing to see or you're unable to view as equal to your time spent. Because a lot of it probably feels functionally. Oh, nice. Like they don't have to try because you don't see them trying. It's like, okay, so I'm not in any great shape, right? I've been working out for quite a while now, and it hasn't led to me being ripped. And there are times when I get kind of disappointed. I'm not looking into stuff like the macronutritional stuff or putting on weight. There are things that I know that I'm not doing that I could do that could give me a leg up or increase it faster. And this gun is a piece of shit in Exit the Gungeon, by the way. It's a piece of absolute shit. And it's super disappointing. That is so bad. Like, you don't want the goddamn RC rocket in Exit the Gungeon. Can't choose. You don't want to. Yikes. Let's see what that is. Both guns gain increased fire rate and shot speed. Should I get the Void Marshal? Nah, we're out of here. I don't like the damage per second unarmored is for the AC-15 is 2.5. It's only 2.79 for armored. God. Damage per shot is 15 versus 3.0. Oh, because of the fire rate. That's why. It's a damage per second, not just overall damage. Hey, I didn't like having this thing charge while I walked next to that. Why does this thing got PP gold bullets now? We should close this loop. That's the other thing that happened. We watched through the rest of Russian Doll, which is just... I love sci-fi that's not up its own ass about it. Like, I love... I'm pretty sure I brought this up one or two videos ago, but Netflix was doing this thing where they had kind of sci-fi light comedy dramas going on, you know? Where it was like funny script, well written, some sci-fi element or fantastical or like multiversal or something, plus kind of a light-hearted look at it. I mean, it got deep, all of them did. They got deep and they got personal and they got into people's like mental well-being or self-image or something. And I really want that trend to continue, personally, just for me. I really want more shows like... I think we're going to watch Psycho again next. I think it's called Psycho. It's Emma Watson and Jonah Hill. And it caught me by complete surprise. I said something to Jackie that I literally have never said about any other TV show, because I don't really like the format of television. But I really wish that season 1 of Russian Doll could have been like have as many episodes again. Like, I wish it could have been, instead of the 8 episodes that it was, like 12. I think they could have done with a deeper look at some of the stuff. Most of the time it feels like shows are dragging their feet. They're trying to stretch out as much as they can. And I know that Netflix allows shows to be a little different about that, but it's still not usually, like, they're not that different with it. It still seems like they oftentimes are not treating the miniseries element of these shows miniseries-y enough, except for in these 2 particular examples, because shows want to have longevity. Shows want to have a way to keep people coming back watching, because that's how you know a show is good. If people keep watching it, it's good. If people keep watching it for years on end, even when it's devolved into badness, it's still good. Still good to the money guys, to the bean counters, which are not people who count clitorises. No, no, no. But it's like, I don't know. There's something extremely nice about having a complete story that, like, I don't think that the show needed 4 extra episodes because it was incomplete. I feel like the show could have gone on for 4 more episodes and felt like I just wanted to spend more time with it, I guess, is the simplest way to say it. Like, that's a rare thing for me, to want to spend more time in a show's space, you know? Dude, there's so many goddamned free chests and an enormous number of keys on this run. That's not that great of a gun. Yeah. Well, that's one way to... What's this shit? We're gonna keep going. I've definitely fallen in a hole and not lost my, and only lost a blank. So I kind of wonder if it has more to do with being inside or outside of combat. Dude, the keys. I'm so glad I didn't buy a key there. I'm so incredibly glad I didn't buy a key there. I couldn't even tell you if the if I picked up the key. Oh, there it is. So with the dead cop damage bonus and now the gold casing, or the bullet gold gilded bullets, I feel like our damage is in a pretty good spot. Okay, let's just... Let's see what kind of damage this does. Yikes. Right, he doesn't have a health bar, so... Still pretty fast. I've been secretly hoping for a red ammo for a long time. We did not quite get one. I'll keep using this RPG, we don't care too much about it. Nor this Void Core Assault Rifle. Oh, fuck yeah. Keep the freebies GBing. Damn it. And it's a green Frebby Jebby. We can just keep going. Yeah, our damage is phenomenal. Uh-oh. Why would I switch to that one? Sucks to run out of ammo. Even if you have a lot of guns to switch to, it sucks. It's a suck feeling. It's a feeling of absolute suckitude to run out of ammo. No, we're not getting rid of that one because it ties to another synergy. We'll figure out what we're going to get rid of at the end of this floor here. We, of course, want to make as much money as possible. Dude, I don't know what I would get rid of. Honestly, usually I would get rid of the accuracy. Oh, probably the Corsair. Maybe the elephant gun. I get rid of the accuracy, but it no longer has the negative attribute. At least not for me. Maybe for my familiars, but I don't have a killable familiar anymore. So it's all mad posy. Well, shit, dog. So that's 3 curse. And, like, the most number of keys I've ever seen. I overspent on keys. By a significant degree. I'm using these little guys as my, like, empty time to switch weapons and the like. I did not expect to get a shop, and I definitely didn't expect to get a shop that would cost us no money. It would have been a harder decision to make if it cost us money, but good lord. We'll start off with one of these. Oh, yeah, and then we'll just go to this. It doesn't really matter because I have invincibility, but I'm still going to try to flawless this for real style so that I can take as many blanks into the next floor as possible. The damage is just phenomenal. Sure, I would love to not get the science cannon ever again. First time getting hit since I got this thing, and it was a shitty time to get hit. And guess why? Guess why I got hit? Science. Science is the culprit. That's another one worth selling, not smelling. I don't know, like, I saw someone else post this on Reddit earlier today. They posted, like, everything has been better for them since the lockdown, since COVID-19 locked everything down, and they felt so guilty about that being the case that they have been unable to say anything about it to anybody. More keys, okay. Synergizes with map. And I don't feel the same way. I don't think things are better in my life in any way because of this, especially since like Jackie's losing her mind with cabin fever and feeling really constrained. I think the need to socialize is so much stronger in her than it is for me. And I also, like, Nate's staying over, so I got a bit more of, like, a buffer or a barrier from the sense of social malaise or whatever. I should use my keys. Yeah, I'm gonna use my keys. Oh, I have to go back through that room. Oh, and it's such a long path even to get there. But I'm gonna use my keys to buy the Mimic Tooth necklace and then just drop it into the pit. Get some money back. I was just thinking as I went through this room, like, I hate this room. I think it's a... I get why it's designed the way it is. It's obnoxious to get this room very often. But one of the things I was thinking was fine about it is that you almost never have to go back through it. And what the fuck do you know? What else? Which pistol? We're good. Do 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 do. We'll go back to this, and I suppose for the time being. Man, those guys stayed dizzified for quite the while. Oh, that's what key witness is. It gives you key shots distributed amongst the regular shot. I think it's the first second of any shot, or the first trigger pull. So it's also working. Sure, we got some stuff that could use some things. Rather make the money back sooner. I mean, I know that's not how money works in this. Matching Fist. Something about Final Fantasy VII. That fucking pizza. Rockets are replaced with a rocket fist that can be guided. Machine's fist bullets can bounce twice. I don't know what that's a reference to. At all. Damn it. There we fucking go. It's about goddamn time. I keep thinking I have some sort of table tech, just because this run has been so pleasant, but I straight up don't it. I don't nut it. I should have thrown away the fucking lockpick. Damn. Why I gotta be so stupid? Yuck. We don't even get the synergy. Come on! That was my impression of Fry's boss in the first episode of Futurama. Panucci's Pizza. Pizza delivery for Icy Wiener. Thought I would be the one doing the crank calls. My face itches. I know that there was... So at one point during the whole COVID-19 thing, the primary focus was on maintaining the distance between your hands and your face, right? We were still going out, we were still working, it's just like, don't touch your face. I think since the lockdown, I'm hoping that it's kind of been able to be laxed on that rule a little bit, because I'm not going out and touching anything, because I have been touching the dog shit out of my face. Can't stop. I love the feeling of fingers on face skin. I just, like, it's probably a good idea in general to be a little bit face removed. You don't want to touch that face skin so much, due to the fact that viruses and other bacterial infections can pretty easily be slopped into your insides through the face holes, the eyes, the mouth, the nose, the ears. I don't know what other holes you might have. A giant bullet wound in the middle of your face. I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know who you are. But for me, I've been like completely slacking on that one since the situation turned to stay the fuck at home, communicate with no one. Like, Jackie had some friends come over today. They did not come into the house, stayed outside. They stayed a considerable distance, and they were not here for very long. The only interaction that was had was at one point, Jackie handed them some ribs that we've had in our freezer for God fucking knows how long. Like, we haven't eaten rib one in a long, hot, sloppy, slick minute. But yeah, we're giving them to somebody who might. Nate's staying over, so we're giving him, and we're also giving Brutus some of our freezer meat, because there's actually like a market for it now, instead of it just being, come on, get him in one, get him in one. Yes. Let God. Instead of it just being something that we'll hold on to forever, might as well give the dog some extra attention. And I don't need to use that one. Oh. I do believe that what I was using before was the Mega Hand. We'll still have that for next floor. I would really like to keep this many or more blanks before setting foot downward into BH. Did we already find the shop? Stop looking for secrets. Kindle's blanks? I don't think that's going to actually give us one, though. Since our blanks are bought and they're not through lodestones. We don't need it. That's a bummer, man. That's a bummer. It's really hard for me to pass up on flight. It's just, it's too late in the run for us to be worrying about that. We also have, like, we'll take the damage down for invincibility, okay? So yeah, remember how I asked for more blanks? We did indeed get to that. Also, we can save some time with the Gold Amulet Elder Blank combo. Only second to the Gold Amulet Tabletop Blank combo. But honestly, with the coolness we got, this might be more useful. And, you know, we could use it during the boss, which we couldn't. It does suck to feel a little weaker. Oh, it did kindle another blank. Okay. We got about half as much bonus from that as we had before, but it's not like we got no bonus. Ooh. Get him in the pit. Oh, well, not the right one, dang. Okay. It was just the Elder. Because I was being fucking dumb as hell. I was pretty fucking self-inflicted there. You know what? Stop. Stop. I've held on to this, my favorite weapon, for one of my favorite weapons, for quite longy dongy enough. It's not as good at damage as the Winchester. Crazy. I mean, it's much better damage if you want a little bit of time, but it's not as good in the direct damage department. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to count for damage right now because of all the other things contributing. No idea what I had in the other slot there. Damn. Right. Ooh. Probably this way. Not completely certain, but probably. Sweet birthday, baby. They have announced that they're working on a season 2 of Russian Doll. I completely and totally hope it's just like similar concept, different characters. I don't know. It could go either way. It's kind of like thinking about The Incredibles too. It's like there's so many places they could start this. People thought maybe it'll be a time skip, maybe the kids will have made it off to college, all that. I remember when there was speculation about how they were going to go from Incredibles 1 to Incredibles 2. There were a few, one of the suggestions or whatever, oh god, was maybe it begins literally at the moments the credits roll in the first one. And I think the only choices from what I'd seen were immediately after the fact or time skip 10 years in the future or whatever. And there I didn't see any that were like, what if, like, they fought the Underminer and then a few weeks went by and they're still dealing with it. It was always like a huge jump or literally none. And I think going with the literally none was the right call. And, I thought Incredibles 2 was great. Someone on Movie Details or some subreddit like that pointed out that all of the villains, not all of the villains, I guess, maybe all of the villains of The Incredibles have been regular humans when it hasn't been the characters themselves being possessed or whatever, but it's always like, it's kind of surprising that it's never another superpowered thing. Like, you could say that the people under the hypnosis spell in episode 2 or whatever were, you know, super powered enemies, but the actual people that they were fighting, I mean, the actual people that were controlling them were just regular non-supers. Damn! The concept of the inherently exceptional versus the dedicatedly exceptional is like, is a good point. It's a point I was making earlier, so thanks, Incredibles, for agreeing with me. Gotta get up, gotta go down, gotta go to the morning show. Yeah, like there's some people for whom inherent God-given gifts exist, and the movie, I think, has a very difficult point to make. It does seem to be saying that exceptionalism is more significant than exceptionalism is more significant than dedication, than like having a good idea. Oh God, what's up, Nate? How's it going? Cat doing okay?
Yeah. Needed to vent.
Yeah.
About the world.
Yeah. It's a very ventable situation right now. God damn.
Yeah.
Well, I was a Lich Flawless because I had invincibility, but I would have been hit like 5 times otherwise. Yeah, that was good shit. Oh, baby, buddy, boy, buddy, baby. It's weird, right? Does it? It always feels a little like time travel-y when I'm on the phone for a long time and then I'm back in reality. You know, like it's like when you get home from vacation or something and you're just like, all right, now what does regular existence feel like? Can you imagine what it's going to be like when this shit all ends? The first day back to work is going to be weird as hell.
It's going to be weird. It's going to be like a mix of like, oh, I have to get things back at it. It's like also...
Nobody touch me!
Do I have to go back?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Anyway, that was a good video. That's 349. We're almost at 350, which is only 70 away from 420, which means we have 71 to do to tie, 72 to break. That still seems like so fucking many. God damn it!